YouTube as he addressed critical issues affecting every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. Achieve success with Wale Agbola. Watch the episodes on personal success, relationship success, career success and enterprise profit, leadership success on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube as he addressed critical issues affecting every aspect of human, social and spiritual development.
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to Achieve Success once again. It's a good time and it's a pleasure coming once again on this platform. Achieve Success with Wale Agbola. This is where we address critical issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. You're welcome tonight, and I know we're going to have a great time together. I'm very sure that you'll be enlightened tonight, and as I reveal a particular secret and question that has been in the minds of many people, and which is going to be a solution to some challenges. Once again, wherever you are watching me, I want to welcome you to Achieve Success. This is Achieve Success with Wale Agbola. Thank you for joining tonight. You are welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for joining tonight. Last week, I started addressing a topic on breaking and addressing financial issues. And I want you to understand financial hardship. I want you to understand that financial hardship is one thing that affects many people. Financial hardship affects people. And one of the things I said last week was that you have to have an income. You have to have income. Poverty is a circle. And until you break the circle of poverty, you don't come out of financial hardship. And what is a circle of poverty? That means an event that leads to another, which the result will take you to another, and which the result of that will take you back to where you're coming from. And generations and people have been locked in the circle of poverty for many years and for many generations, and which I know, if you're watching me tonight, you are going to break out of that circle and you will not be in the circle of poverty anymore. But tonight, still speaking on breaking financial hardship, I want to quickly share with you a secret of achievement when you have nothing. Secret of achievement when you have nothing. When you have nothing. That secret was revealed. Jesus made it clear to us that nothing is impossible. Apart from him saying that nothing is impossible with him, when he fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. I'm not teaching you tonight how to feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. I'm not Jesus, but I want to give you a secret that will help you, that you can actually solve a problem of 5,000 with 1,000 naira. Yeah. I'm sure somebody is wondering how possible it is. It is possible. You can meet a need of 5,000 with 1,000 naira. So I'm sure you are expectant and you want to know how you can use 1,000 naira to meet a need of 5,000. To start with, I want you to understand that The financial challenges that we face most times, they are not they are lateral challenges. And what I mean by lateral challenges, they are challenges that they are not direct. If you have direct solution to your financial challenges, you discover that you address it directly. For example, you have 5,000 naira and you want to meet a need of 1,000. That is direct. You can quickly just take 1,000 naira out of 5,000. Then you have 4,000. You don't have any problem. You don't have any thinking issues. But when you have 1,000 and you have 5,000 to meet a need of 5,000, then you have a challenge. You need to solve that problem. So I want you to understand that most financial challenges, they are non-lateral. And if I will talk about lateral and non-lateral, lateral can be described as indirect or challenges that have different perspectives, unlike the one you know. But non-lateral challenges are challenges that have that are direct, just like the example I gave you. 5,000 naira, you have 5,000 naira in your account, and you have a need or expenses of just 1,000 naira. Definitely, it's a direct, you don't have any issues. Just take 1,000 out of 5,000, you have 4,000. But when you have 1,000 and you need to meet the need of 5,000, it involves a lot of thinking. And that takes me to the second thing tonight. The level you are, your financial level, is the level of your thoughts, is your thinking capacity, the level at which you can think. I read on the page of one of our mentors today, and he posted something that a great man wrote. So there's nothing like people don't reach climax. You don't reach climax. You play two. What does that mean? That you don't get to a point and say this is a climax. There's no way forward again. No. You play two means that you get to a point, you get stuck. And when you get stuck, that does not mean that there's no room up or above, but you just got stuck. So there's nothing like climax. Even the sky that will look above, that will look ahead above, people still go into the sky. The sky is not the limit. The sky is not a climax. No, you may get stuck, but there's still room above the sky. So whatever level you have now financially is the level, is revealing your thought capacity, the level of your thinking. If you know better, you will do better. You will live better. So if you are not living better now than what you want to live, that means you are not thinking better or you are not thinking well. And so that's why I want to teach you what is called lateral thinking tonight. And that's how you solve. Lateral thinking is a thinking that is used to solve problems. And it's a thinking that you think out of the box. You bring yourself out of the problem, out of the challenge, and you begin to address the issue as a third party, as if you are not the person. If you notice, you are a good counselor. You counsel people very well in situations that you pass through, but you don't find solution in your own situation. But you counsel people out of the challenge because you are not part of the challenge. You see, just like somebody that is playing, the best player is a spectator. The best player are the people watching football, by the field, not the player, those on the field. They'll tell you should have played like this. You have missed them. They are the one that are there because they are not on the playground. They are not an actor. They are not acting. So they have the best suggestions. They have the best advices. People that are passing through problems that you are passing through, they will be telling you that you are not, this is what you are not doing. That's why you are passing through it. If that is the solution and it's working for other people, why is it not working for them? It's because they are still in their problem. So if you have to address difficult financial issues, you have to go into lateral thinking, what I call lateral thinking. You come out of the box, you think as if, okay, this is Wale Agbola. I'm talking to somebody, Wale Agbola, as if it's a third party, it's another entity. okay, this is the challenge. You have just 1,000 naira and you need 5,000 naira to solve this problem. How do you solve it? And that is the management secret. That is the secret of good managers and good administrators. You discover that they don't have much, but they achieve much. I met a man few years ago, and last year he told me that, do you know, I have never in my life had 10 million. Then he told me that he has never had 10 million at a time in his account, no, or cash on his account. He has never had 10 million. But yet he's doing projects of multi-millions, building hotel, has cash shop, has everything. And he said there's no time in his life that he has ever had 10 million naira, that the money in his account has ever reached 10 million, or the one he has at hand. He has houses. Then how are you doing it? That's the secret of rich people. That's the secret. That's how they are making it. Rich people don't do projects that is within their capacity. They do projects that is above them. You may know, that Dangote is building a refinery. You think he's just taking the money from the bank? No. A lot of people are doing great things and they're doing better things. They are not doing those things from the money they have from the bank. Actually, if you are going to do great or greater things, that means things that are greater than you. It's not what you have. And I have to say, this is the third thing I'm going to say tonight. It is not money that solves financial problems. Money does not solve financial problems. It is financial intelligence that solves financial problems. As a matter of fact, money can increase your financial problem. Yeah, money can increase your financial challenges. The story of a man working with Lagos State. It was earning, when it was earning 7,500 plus, not up to 8,000. And when Obasanjo came in as a president, there was minimum wage, the salary increased, and his salary increased to 40,000. Now, I want you to listen to this. When he was collecting, when his salary was not up to 8,000, in a place of work, he started cooperative. He joined cooperative, and there's a particular amount out of that 8,000 naira that cooperative removed every month. Now, his wife is selling something in front of the house. Just selling small things that have just little profit. He has 4 children. I want you to follow the story. He has 4 children, and his salary is not up to 8,000. Now, out of 8,000 salary, he bought a motorcycle, Okada. Out of 8,000 naira salary, his children are in school, 2 already in higher institution and 2 in secondary school. Out of 8,000. How did he do it? How was he doing it? What he did was that he knew that this salary he just had 8,000 naira, not less than 8,000 naira, and he has expenses of more than 50,000 naira every month. How can I make 50,000 naira out of 8,000? So he joined cooperative in his place of work. There's a particular amount that cooperative removed every month. When it got to a particular time, he collected some money from cooperative. Cooperative gave him some money. He bought motorcycle. Are you following me? So he bought motorcycle. And when he's coming in the evening, he will carry passenger. When he gets home in the evening again, he'll just go around, carry passenger, and he started contribution. That is in Yoruba it's called ajo. He started contribution, and when he started this contribution, his money is not up to 8,000. So he was able to get from the cooperative, was able to buy a bike, and from the bike was able to start contribution. So he was living fine, financing 2 of his children in the higher institution in the university, 2 of his children in the secondary school. He was fine and was still working, and his salary is not yet up to 8,000, and he's living fine. And when the former president came on board, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and the salary, there was a minimum wage, his salary increased to 40,000. Now, this is the tragedy. The man that was collecting less than 8,000, that had a motorcycle, 2 children in the university, two in secondary school and is actually living fine, with less than 8,000. When his salary was increased to 40,000, he could not meet the demand of his home again. How can salary be increased to 40,000 and you can't meet your needs anymore? When it was 8,000 or less than 8,000, you were meeting your needs. When it was 40,000, you can't meet your needs anymore. Do you know what he did? He stopped for cooperative. His bike became an official bike. He stopped carrying passengers. He have increased his salary. Now, he at that point, he could not finance his children again in university. He could not live fine again. That means the increment in his salary could not solve his problem, created more problem for him. So that's why I said it is not money that will solve your financial problem. It is intelligence. Now let's go to lateral thinking, because I just have 30 minutes. Let's go to lateral thinking. Lateral thinking is a solution-based thinking, where you come out of the problem and you begin to think and talk to yourself as if you are advising someone else. You have 1,000. You have expenses of 5,000. The first thing that you should establish in your expenses is the timing. What time do I need, or do I need all this money at once, or do I need these expenses at different times? You should establish that. When you are able to establish that, and this is 1,000 that you have in your hands. With a lot of time we do things. We think we are trying to be the good one. We are not good managers. We are not doing things well. When you have 1,000 naira, and let's say by Friday you need to you have expenses of like 2,000. By Saturday or Sunday or the next Monday you have another one. So you have that 5,000. You can actually push it that way. Now, when it comes to lateral thinking, the first thing that should come to your mind is, now, what can I do with 1,000 naira that will appreciate at least a little, that will increase before Friday, that I need to spend 2,000? I have 1,000 naira, and I decided, and I think that don't forget that you are not thinking as if you are the one in the problem. Because if you think as someone in the problem will box you, the problem will cage you. You get to a point that you'll be stranded, because you think more of the problem and you're not able to come out. That's why you advise people out of their problem while you are still in yours. So when you are thinking this lateral thinking, you look at yourself as a third party. So what can I do? What can you suggest to yourself? Now you are looking at yourself in front now. That you can do, that you can actually gain a 200 naira or a 250. For example, is an assumption. Let me buy a recharge card of 1,000 naira and see if I can make a profit of 200 naira. And you made a profit of 200 naira. That's 1,200. You go and buy another one with 1,200. You make another profit of the money increased to 1,400. You buy with 1,400. It increased to 1,600. You buy with 1,600. And I'm just assuming it's not going to be like that. It can be more than that. Now, at the end of the day, you discover that what you have at hand is no more 1,000. But the more, when you don't look at the multiplier effect, or what can the multiple effects of 1,000 naira, the profit 1,000 naira can bring, you discover that the little you have does not solve your problem. There are some problems that can actually fall on delayed gratification. There are some things that you need to do that you can actually delay. You don't think that you have to instant gratification. That's another problem that we have around us, especially youth. They want instant gratification. Many things have to stay with time. That's why management people and accounting people, they work with budgets. aside from budget, they work with projections. They have projections. They are projected ahead of them, and they now budget. Now, when you have projections, your projection might be you don't have what you want to spend now, but you are projecting the income, the money that wants to come in. You don't have it now, but you are projecting. But when it comes to expenditure, you are budgeting. So when what comes to your mind, the first that comes to your mind is I don't have the means to solve this problem. That means your thinking has limited you at that moment. Everyone that is great in life thrive on the multiplier effect of their resources. I want to take that again. Everyone that is great in life, they thrive on the multiplier effect of their resources. When the problem is you think directly. Because it's so easy to take 1,000 out of 5,000. But it's difficult to take 5,000 out of 1,000. That is indirectly. There's a question and these are the things that we face in some of our exams and interviews that we go for. They ask us lateral questions. I just asked my brother that question this afternoon, and he could not answer me for a very long time. Now, there was an invention. Now, let me give you an example of a lateral question. There was an invention that was made many years ago that made it easy for people to see through the wall. What is it? That's not a direct question. An invention many years ago, and it made it easy for people to see through the wall. The simple answer is just window. It's an indirect question. That's why some people say, the lecturer, the lecturer did not bring out what he taught us, but he was not asking you a direct question. He was asking you a lateral question. That is the question the financial problem is asking you. He's not asking you direct question. He's not asking you 5 minus 1. He's asking you 1 minus 5. So you have to think laterally also. You have to think indirectly also. You have to think that way. Everyone that is succeeding financially thrive on the multiplier effect of their resources, not exactly what they have. So when you are planning, you plan the multiple effect of what you have. How can I make 200 naira? Now, if you have to make 200 naira profit every day, which is not possible, because if you make 200 out of 1,000, let's say that is that's 20%. If you have to move at 20% profit every day, that means if you make 20% today, that's 1,200. If you are going to invest 1,200 as a capital, that means you are going to have 20% of 1,200. That is not actually 200. It's going to be maybe 220 naira. So you are making another no 200. It might not be, that's not what 220 naira. Is it not maybe is it 1,440 naira or something? If you are going to come up with that again to reinvest it and invest it, you discover that by the end of the week you have another 1,000, even more than 1,000. Before you know it, you will have 5,000 naira or more than 5,000. You will meet your needs and you don't have any problem. But the problem is you are thinking directly. You just want what you have to solve your problem. My dear, and you are listening to me, I don't know where you are watching me tonight. What you have may not solve your problem. You have to think of how to solve the problem. You have to think how to solve the problem. So the more you think directly, the more you have direct problem. But you have to think laterally, which is an indirect thing. Okay, which other way? Now, anytime you get stuck, you think about what stopped you. And the more you think about what stopped you, you will not think of a way out. You will not think of a way out. So I want to tell you, I'm telling you tonight that that little that you have, that little thing that you have, that you think it is not enough, it is actually what you need to get out of where you are. But stop thinking directly from something directly in sense that what I have is the only way. That's what I can afford. But do you know what you have in your hand is a potential that have seeds and multiple effect in it that actually bring more. Go and check the stories of those that are succeeding, that are making it today. Some of them does not even have what you're asking them for. That's the sincere truth. Some people don't have, when you see them that they are spending money, they are doing things, they don't have what you think they have. But they are living fine because they are living on the multiple effect of what they have. If whatever comes in to you as income is what goes out on expenses, you are going to have problem. But whatever comes into you, you should think of the multiple. How can I take a portion of this and get at least a portion of a percentage of this money back? That is the way you succeed. So what I'm saying invariably tonight, that your problem is a function of your thinking. If you don't think well, you will not come out of that challenge. I've been in challenges many times. I've had issues of finances many times. And I've been thinking that this is my power, I don't have money. But at the end of the day, okay, let me give you an assignment. Go and print the statement of your accounts from January to June, that's 6 months. And get the total amount of the money that entered into your account as credits. Get the total that leaves your account as debit expenses. You will discover the money that you have been looking for in the last 1 year, 2 years, to start a business, to do what you want, you have spent it in 6 months. Go and check your account. Print the statement of your account. People that complain that they don't have, because the money does not come the way they expect. It does not come in 5 million. It does not come with 10 million. It does not come like 1 million naira. You think you don't have 1 million naira. And from January to date, you have spent either by gift or by income. What you have spent is over. Go and print. I'm giving you the assignment tonight to know what I'm saying. That go and print the statement of your account. Get all the total credits, the money that came into your account, and the total amount that you have spent. You'll be shocked that some of you that are complaining, you are millionaires. You have spent millions. There was a particular time I was looking for a loan of is it 350 or 450,000? And I was told that okay, I should bring statement of my accounts. Well, I was looking for this loan in November, and around May or thereabouts of the following year, I was looking for that money because I had to settle some debt. I was looking for that money, and the May of that year, when I couldn't get the money, I had to approach finance house for loan, and they told me to print statements of my account for 6 months. When I printed the statement of my account, wow, I was shocked. I was looking for 50 or 450, I can't remember. When I printed the statement of account, when I saw the total, it was Access Bank. When I saw the total, it was almost 2 million naira that have passed through my account from in that 6 months. Within the 6 months, I was looking for 450. But because the money will come 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, you don't know what you have. So, but because I'm thinking directly, I want to solve the problem directly. I don't know, the problem does not even come to me directly. Any indirect problem require indirect solution. Wow. I just have 1 minute to, but I know I've been able to pass across a message to you. If you see me that there's no financial, I don't have much time to sort this out tonight, but I know I can still sort it out some other time. Next week I'm still going to continue on this, and also next week by the grace of God I'm going to feature someone that is special that has a story to tell us a story. Anuolua. No, I knew her when she was working in the organization, and but now she's a CEO. Let me tell you this: she has what I'm looking for, I'm dreaming for. I'm doing for a press where I'll have some machines and all that, and she just got it. And it's not by miracle. So she will come and share a story with us next week. But I want you to understand this, that every indirect financial problem needs indirect solution. You are not able to solve your financial problem because you want to apply a direct solution. You just want to take 1,000 out of 5,000 and have 4,000. No, you can take 5,000 out of 1,000 if you understand the multiple effect or the multiplier effect of the financial profits that come over 1,000. You can have another 1,000 in few days. You can have at the end of the month, you can have more than 5,000 out of 1,000. Till I come your way next time, I remain your success coach, Wale
Achieve
Agbola.
success
Bye
with
for now.
Wale Agbola. Watch the episodes on personal success, relationship success, career success and enterprise profit, leadership success on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube as he addresses critical issues affecting every aspect of human, social and spiritual development.
I think your network isn't too good, so good, sir.